Welcome to Rich's era, because the midterm elections bear down on US sort of a falling piano. I've been reflective on this info environment. Before we intend to continue, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more updates. Republican nominees in regarding 0.5 the country politician races still dismiss the results of the 2020 election, and in at least 4 key swing states there an honest likelihood subsequent vote count are overseen by an election denier. 2 years once Trump unceremonious exit, together with his infamous 30,573 lies in the rearview mirror, might appear a touch late to sound the alarm on the post-truth era. It will be tempting to assume they're merely nothing unaccustomed say about this moment. Politicians perpetually lie and always will. I'll admit that the endless hand-wringing in op-eds like this one about the worth of the words lie versus falsehood usually leave me feeling depleted and apathetic. It took a logic puzzle on a maths test, of all factors, to induce me wondering this downside during a completely different way. The puzzle initial appeared within the 17th annual Brazilian Arithmetic Olympiad and has since become the topic of fierce dialogue online. Don't worry, I won't bore you by transcribing the complete thing here. What you wish to understand are 2 beginning propositions. Pinocchio perpetually lies. Pinocchio says, "All my hats are inexperienced." There's nothing special regarding the color green during this case, or the actual fact that the trickster could be a picket puppet. He might even as otherwise be, say, the previous president of the United States, and he could just as well be sporting a red MAGA hat. The crux of the puzzle is when making a decision, that of the subsequent statements should be true. Given what we all know about Pinocchio's track record, Pinocchio has no hats. Pinocchio has a minimum of 1 hat. In pure mathematics, the definition of a falsehood is astonishingly narrow, and a vital exception exists for what are known as vacuous truths. These are primarily statements regarding the globe that are predicated on false or nonsensical antecedents. Vacuous truths are seen as additional absurd than false, since they're usually unfalsifiable and should not even create contact with reality. In different words, it's not precisely a lie for Pinocchio to say, "All my hats are green," if he has no hats at all. Of course, within the real world, we have a tendency to treat each A and B as lies. There is a purpose at that logic and informal implicature diverge, and a claim adore all the taken ballots were for Trump will not, by some eccentric application of the horseshoe theory, become more true if there have been no stolen ballots within the initial place. Nevertheless, the excellence between standard lies and vacuous truths articulates a vital problem, notwithstanding the logician answer thereto is ill-suited to daily life. Decision at the absurdity problem. We have a tendency to tend to think about truth and lies as opposite points on a spectrum. However, what if the spectrum unbroken going well past lying and into some unmapped territory of invention? If you've been following the Republican primaries lately, you'd be forgiven for thinking there's no additional spectrum left to travel. With the ouster of Liz Cheney in Wyoming, and therefore the ascendance of a brand new species of conspiracy intellectual in Congress, it is as if the accord on the proper is that an unequivocal split up the reality truly goes full circle. Within the media, the absurdity downside helps make a case for the imbalance that keeps respected journalists forever enjoying defense. The slightest error in an otherwise scrupulous article is touted as proof of bias, whereas a full-fledged misinformation campaign is sort of too massive of a target to hit. At a particular distance from reality, our intuitions tend to fall apart. As Jonathan Rauch once placed it, this isn't regarding persuasion, this is often about disorientation. Laughter, puzzlement, dismissal, our usual reactions to absurdity, are worse than impotent. Therein they protect dangerous actors to push us additional and further aloof from the truth. We'd like to prevent treating this info crisis as a carnival sideshow and begin seeing it for the performer it's become. Importantly, the mathematical construct of vacuity ignores the method that truly distrustful individuals have perpetually lied, not in separate units however as associate accretion, a slow buildup of falsehood on falsehood, so we have a tendency to bury ourselves searching for